Navigate B1 Plus Intermediate Workbook by Edward Alden and Mike Sayer. Published and copyright Oxford University Press 2015. Audio 1.1. 1.
Do you get on well with your neighbours?
Not really. I don't even know their names.
2.
Do you have a lot in common with your partner?
Yeah, we like the same music, books and lots of other things.
3.
When was the last time you had an argument with your best friend?
Yesterday, but it was about something stupid and we've already forgotten about it.
4.
How often do you meet up with your friends?
Usually once a week on Fridays.
5.
Do you make new friends easily?
Yes, I'm very sociable. People think I'm crazy because I talk to everyone on the bus.
6.
How many old classmates do you keep in touch with?
Maybe 4 or 5, but just on Facebook.
Audio 1.2.
Get on. I get on well with her.
Met up. I met up with my mates yesterday.
Audio 1.3. 1.
I make an effort to get in touch with distant relatives.
2.
I have a lot in common with all my classmates.
3.
Could you help Adam out?
4.
I keep in touch with old friends.
5.
I had an argument with an assistant.
6.
It's a shame you fell out with Alice.
Audio 1.4. 1.
Membership.
2.
Judgment.
3.
Solution.
4.
Celebrity.
5.
Employment.
6.
Information.
7.
Friendship.
Audio 1.5.
How do you feel about the internet? Would life be better or worse without it? We asked people in the streets, and this is what they said.
1.
Well, some people say that the internet causes a lot of problems, but personally I think that it's an essential part of our lives now.
2.
It's a terrible thing, if you ask me. All these young people tapping away on their mobiles all day long. Don't you think they're just wasting their lives?
3.
I'm convinced that everybody's gone mad with this internet thing. Nobody can answer a simple question without checking it first online.
4.
I definitely think that life is much better with the internet. It's hard to imagine what kind of life we would have without it.
5.
I'm not much of an internet user myself, but as far as I'm concerned, it's got a lot more advantages than disadvantages.
Audio 1.6.
So, how do you feel about moving from Sydney to a smaller city?
It's a great idea, if you ask me. This is the most expensive city in Australia, according to this article I've just read in the paper. Houses are the most expensive in the country, and we hardly ever eat out because it costs so much.
That's true, but I really don't think we should move. All my friends live round here.
You'll make new friends.
Yes, but it isn't the same. What about school? Don't you think that schools in Sydney are better?
I don't think that's true, actually. I'm sure there are good schools outside Sydney too.
It's okay as far as I'm concerned, as long as the internet connection is good.
Audio 1.7. 1,
As far as I'm concerned,
2,
Some people say that.
3,
I really feel that.
4,
If you ask me,
5,
How do you feel about?
6,
don't you think?
Audio 1.8. 1,
As far as I'm concerned, I don't see why not.
2,
Some people say that it's bad for you, but I'm not sure.
3,
I really feel that you should stop smoking.
4,
If you ask me, it's time to do something about it.
5,
How do you feel about tests on animals?
6,
Don't you think it's time to go home?
Audio 2.1.
Do you think the animals recognise you?
Sometimes I do. Once a lion got really close to me and looked me in the eye. I believe he knew exactly who I was.
Do you believe anybody who likes cleaning could do your job?
No way. Most people can't even go up a high ladder. But I wonder why people are so afraid of heights. With the right equipment, it's perfectly safe. And the view's fantastic.
Have you ever realised that you were risking your life because you were too close to the heat?
A lot of times. When I started, my colleagues always reminded me to stay at a safe distance.
Should you always expect an animal to attack you, or are they less dangerous than they seem?
Well, usually they're fine, but after some time you learn to recognise the signs that they're stressed, like the way they walk or the sounds they make.
Do you remember the first time you heard the alarm?
Of course. It was my first day, and I wasn't expecting it. I didn't even have my uniform on.
Do you ever have to remind the people inside the buildings that you were there?
Yes, I usually make a noise or something. I remember once a couple were having a terrible argument, and when they saw me, they just kept going. It's none of my business anyway.
Do you ever wonder how they feel about all these visitors?
Yes, but I try to make all the tourists realise that this is the animals' home, not ours.
Audio 2.2.
The best DVD ever. Barry McCroy likes movies, but he never thought that a DVD which a colleague had given him would save his life. Fire and rescue director Barry McCroy was walking out of a restaurant one day when two men ran past him. They were fighting over a gun because they had had an argument. One of them shot it, and the bullet hit Barry in the chest. Luckily, he was carrying a DVD in his shirt pocket. A friend from work had recorded a TV program for him the day before. Amazingly, he only realised what had happened while he was talking to the police, when he noticed a hole in his jacket. Barry wasn't hurt, but the incident completely destroyed the DVD, which left him feeling a bit disappointed because he hadn't watched it yet.
Audio 2.3. 1,
When I got home, my wife had cooked my favourite dish.
2,
In my childhood, I had a dog called Spot.
3,
At the end of the day, he was exhausted.
4,
Thanks. I was looking all over the place for that.
5,
Actually, we have enough time to get there.
6,
They were good friends at school.
Audio 2.4.
On October 30th, 1938, millions of New Yorkers had the shock of their lives while listening to the radio. The music was interrupted to announce an alien invasion. During the live broadcast, reporters interviewed people who had seen the aliens. As soon as the first part ended, thousands of people started calling the radio station and the police. Meanwhile, others went to the streets with their guns. What most people didn't find out until much later was that it was a hoax, an adaptation by director Orson Welles of a famous novel, The War of the Worlds. The radio station had actually announced this at the beginning of the broadcast, but many people were not paying attention. By the time the program ended, there was general hysteria. It is estimated that over 1 million people actually believed the news was true.
Audio 2.5. 1,
Admitted.
2,
Interviewed.
3,
Announced.
4,
Invented.
5,
Claimed.
6,
Mentioned.
7,
Informed.
8.
Reported.
Audio 2.6. 1,
Fortunately, it wasn't serious.
2,
He said that personally he didn't mind.
Audio 2.7. 1,
The accident was serious, but luckily no one was hurt.
2,
Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about it.
3,
I got the recipe wrong, but surprisingly, everybody loved the dish.
4,
Amazingly, the magician reappeared at the back of the theatre.
5,
They invested a lot in marketing, but interestingly, sales continued falling.
Audio 2.8. 1,
I heard this incredible story about a baby who fell from a high window on top of a man who was passing by. They both survived, fortunately.
Really?
Wait, that's not all. You're not going to believe this, but a year later, the very same baby fell from the same window onto the very same man.
How amazing! I don't know what's more unbelievable, the coincidence or how careless the baby's parents were.
2,
Someone told me about this incredible coincidence with an American writer. She was in a bookshop when she saw her favorite childhood book. She showed it to her husband, and when he opened it, her name was written inside. It was the exact copy she had as a child.
That's incredible.
Yes, especially considering she grew up in the USA and the bookshop was in Paris.
What? You mean the book crossed the ocean and she still found it?
Yeah, decades later.
No way!
Audio 2.9. 1,
Really?
2,
How amazing!
3,
That's awful.
4,
What? You mean?
5,
No way!
6.
You're joking.
Audio 2.10. 1,
Really?
2,
How amazing!
3,
That's awful.
4,
What? You mean?
5,
No way!
6.
You're joking!
Audio 3.1. 1,
I can resist everything except temptation.
Oscar Wilde, Irish poet and playwright.
2,
Writing is a form of therapy. Sometimes I wonder how all those who do not write, compose or paint can manage to escape the madness of the human condition.
Graham Greene, English novelist.
3,
It is no use saying we are doing our best. You have got to succeed in doing what is necessary.
Winston Churchill, British politician.
4,
The aim of the wise is not to secure pleasure, but to avoid pain.
Aristotle, Greek philosopher.
5,
Nothing makes me so happy as to observe nature and to paint what I see.
Henri Rousseau, French painter.
6,
Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them.
William Shakespeare, English playwright.
Audio 3.2. 1,
You have to wear a shirt and tie.
2,
You mustn't wear jeans.
3,
You needn't start work at 9.
4,
You can start at any time.
Audio 3.3.
On today's programme, I'm talking to environmental scientist Kathy Smith, who is going to show us how to make a solar cooker. Isn't that right, Kathy?
Well, yes, absolutely. It's a really cheap and easy thing to do too. In fact, most of us have probably got all the parts we need to make a solar cooker in our kitchens and garages.
I can see that because you've brought all the bits and pieces needed into the studio. I can see 2 large cardboard boxes, another large piece of cardboard, an old newspaper, lots of aluminium foil, a piece of glass and black paint.
Yes, that's about it.
OK, so how do you make the cooker?
OK, let me show you. Notice that I have 2 cardboard boxes and one is larger than the other one.
OK.
The first thing you do is place this larger box in front of you and put lots of pieces of newspaper in the bottom of it.
Can you show me?
Sure. You do it like this.
Ah, OK, so you're making balls out of the newspaper and putting them in the box.
Yeah, that's right.
Why?
Well, this is insulation. It's so that the box will stay hot.
OK.
When you've done this, use the black paint to paint the inside of the smaller box, just the bottom of the box. Make sure it's completely black.
OK.
After doing this, cover the sides of the box with the aluminium foil, OK?
I see, yes. So now there is aluminium foil inside the small box on each side, and on the bottom there is black paint.
That's right.
OK, what next?
Put the smaller box inside the larger box and attach a large piece of aluminium foil to make a solar dish. Place the piece of glass over the large box and put your solar cooker in the sun. Heat from the sun should make the inside of the smaller box really hot. All you have to do is put some food in the box and it'll cook.
Wow, that's amazing. I can see one problem, though. We're in England. So where are we going to get any sun?
Audio 4.1.
Next week on Travel the World, I'm going to visit an unspoilt island in the Pacific where islanders face a difficult choice. A major hotel chain has offered a lot of money to build a luxury hotel, and they're going to start construction next year. At least that's their plan. The islanders have the final say, and they're going to hold a meeting to discuss all the issues. We hope to be there to hear what they think. Currently, Nobody knows what they'll decide to do. Many people believe that tourism will bring unwanted pollution and large, ugly buildings to the island. At the same time, others believe it will create jobs and introduce shops and services. On other islands nearby, for example, the arrival of tourism has resulted in the destruction of coral reefs and the islanders' traditional way of life. But people are richer and have more opportunities. Clearly, the choice isn't an easy one. I'll see you next week. Goodbye from Paradise.
Audio 4.2. 1.
Over 250,000 people will definitely join our celebration this year.
2.
We are likely to plant more trees than ever before.
3.
Our forests will definitely not survive unless we plant more trees.
4.
Over 200 school and community groups will possibly take part in this year's event.
5.
You probably won't need them, but our team of volunteers are here to help.
6.
National Tree Week is unlikely to succeed without the help of people like you.
Audio 4.3. Conversation 1.
Hello, sir. How can I help you?
I really like these black ones. I wonder whether you have them in my size.
Okay, I'll go and have a look for you.
Thanks for your help. I really appreciate it. I'm size 44, by the way.
Okay, I'll be back in a minute.
Conversation 2.
Hello. Town centre, please.
Sorry, this is the number 6. You need the 68 for the town centre, mate.
Ah. Could you tell me when the 68 leaves?
They're every 15 minutes. So there'll be one along soon. Can I help you with anything else?
No, that's great, thanks. I'll just wait here then.
Conversation 3.
Hello, National Bank.
Oh, hello. I wonder if you could help me transfer £30,000 to my new account.
Certainly, madam. Could I just check some details first?
Of course.
What's your full name and address?
Conversation 4.
Hello. I have an appointment with Miss Lynn.
OK, please take a seat in the waiting room.
Over here? OK. Will she be long?
No, I don't think so, but are you aware that you're late? Your appointment was at 2:15.
Oh, really? Oh, I'm sorry. Will I have to wait longer then?
No, as I said, it won't be long.
OK, just one last question. It cost me £80 last time. How much do you think it'll cost this time?
I really don't know, madam. You'll have to ask Miss Lynn.
Audio 4.4.
How can I help you?
I wonder if you could give me a wake-up call at 7?
Certainly. Are you aware that breakfast starts at 8 tomorrow because it's Sunday?
No. Thanks for telling me. OK. Could you wake me at 7:30 then?
Certainly. Can I help you with anything else?
Could you tell me when the bus goes to the airport?
Yes, of course. The airport bus leaves at 10 a.m., 12, 2, and 4.
OK. Thanks for your help. I appreciate it.
Audio 4.5.
When we think of churches and cathedrals, we think of large buildings made of stone and glass, buildings which appear to be ancient and permanent. On today's programme, however, we're going to discuss the work of a Japanese architect who builds churches and cathedrals which are modern and temporary, and, believe it or not, made almost entirely of recycled paper. Here to tell us more is Sarah Hilliard from the online magazine Architect. Hello, Sarah, and welcome to the programme.
Hello.
Thank you for inviting me.
So, paper cathedrals. I find it hard to believe that such buildings are possible.
Well, paper is an extremely useful building material. It's inexpensive and can be very strong. That's why Tokyo-based architect Shigeru Ban started developing it as a building material back in the 1980s. He found that paper tubing was perfect for building walls, ceilings and roofs.
What do you mean by paper tubing?
Well, imagine the tube of cardboard inside a roll of toilet paper or kitchen paper. Then imagine that it's really thick and 3 or 4 meters long. You can make a wonderful column with a thick, long cardboard tube. And if you connect a number of tubes together, you can make the frame of a building.
I see. But what's the point of making a paper or cardboard building that isn't going to last all that long?
OK, well, Shigeru Ban has become known as the disaster architect, and for good reason. His architecture is perfect in a disaster zone. In fact, his work became famous when he came up with a solution to the desperate need for shelters in refugee camps in the early 1990s. Refugees who have lost their homes often don't have enough wood to build shelters. Ban's solution was to make shelters from paper tubing, and it was perfect. The shelters were cheap, strong, easy to build, and they saved lives.
So, how did Shigeru Ban go from building shelters to building cathedrals?
Well, in 1995, an enormous earthquake destroyed hundreds of buildings in the city of Kobe in Japan. It was a terrible catastrophe, and more than 6,000 people died. Ban designed many of the temporary shelters for people made homeless by the earthquake, but he was also asked to build a church to replace the Takatori Catholic Church because it had been so badly damaged.
So he designed a church from paper tubes?
Yes. It was called the Paper Dome, and it stood in Kobe for 10 years. Then there was an earthquake in Taiwan, and the people of Kobe decided to give the paper dome to the people of Taiwan. They took the dome apart and rebuilt it in Taiwan, where you can see it today.
How amazing. After that, every time there is a disaster, I guess people think of Ban and ask him to help.
I suppose you could say that. It led to his most famous design. In 2011, there was a major earthquake in the city of Christchurch in New Zealand, and its cathedral was badly damaged. Ban was invited to build a temporary replacement, the cardboard cathedral. It's over 20 metres high and can hold 700 people.
And it's still standing?
Oh, yes. It's one of Christchurch's best-loved sites. If you're ever in New Zealand, try to visit it.
Audio 5.1 1.
Wonderful. Violent.
2.
Enjoyable. Original.
3.
Surprising. Amusing.
4.
Disappointing. Entertaining.
Audio 5.2 1.
Were you very tired after the race?
Tired? We were absolutely exhausted.
2.
Ooh, this tomato sauce is really tasty.
It's more than tasty, it's absolutely delicious.
3.
Brr, it's a bit too cold for me in here.
I know, it's absolutely freezing.
4.
It's a really big house. It has 18 bedrooms.
It's more than big. It's absolutely enormous.
5.
The horror film was very scary.
Yes, it was absolutely terrifying.
6,
She's really clever and got A's in all her exams.
I think she's absolutely brilliant.
7,
It's raining again. The weather's been really bad this month.
It's rained every day. The weather's been absolutely terrible.
8,
I didn't expect her to win the contest. The result was very surprising.
Surprising! It was absolutely astonishing.
Audio 5.3. 1,
We were absolutely exhausted.
2,
It's absolutely delicious.
3,
It's absolutely freezing.
4,
It's absolutely enormous.
5,
It was absolutely terrifying.
6,
I think she's absolutely brilliant.
7,
The weather's been absolutely terrible.
8,
It was absolutely astonishing.
Audio 5.4.
Have you seen Empire magazine's list of their top 5 films?
No, I haven't. Not yet. Let me have a look. It's not a very original list, is it, Adam? I expected it to be less predictable, but it isn't really. These are all just well-known, popular Hollywood films.
Well, yes, but they're all classic films, aren't they? They're all worth seeing.
Well, I've only seen Star Wars and Raiders of the Lost Ark. I haven't seen any of the others, so I wouldn't know.
Unbelievable. You haven't seen The Godfather?
No. Is it any good?
It's amazing. It's set in New York and it's about a mafia family. It lasts over 2 hours. I'd recommend you download it as soon as you can.
Over 2 hours? I'm not at all sure about that. It sounds very dull.
You're joking. It's a classic. It's definitely in my top 2 films, but I don't think it should be number 1. It's nothing like as good as The Shawshank Redemption. Now that's an even better film. It's really worth seeing.
Is it a comedy?
Well, no. It's about 2 men who were in prison for life.
Well, that doesn't sound very entertaining.
It's only the greatest film ever made. It's better than The Godfather and much better than Jaws. Jaws is good, though. I'd recommend you watch it one of these days. I think you'd like it.
Okay. What about the films I've seen? Star Wars and Raiders of the Lost Ark?
Well, they're all right, but not as good as the other 3 films on the list. They're quite ordinary, really. Harrison Ford stars in both of them, of course, and his performances are great. In my opinion, Raiders of the Lost Ark is better than Star Wars. They're enjoyable films and popular classics, I suppose, but I wouldn't really recommend either of them.
Audio 5.5. 1,
I think Batman Returns is the greatest film of all time.
I'm not at all sure about that.
2,
Are you disappointed by this film?
Yes, I am. It's nothing like as good as I thought it would be.
3,
I haven't seen City of God yet.
Really? It's worth seeing, you know.
Audio 6.1. 1,
Motorway.
2,
Injured.
3,
Accident.
4,
Overtake.
5.
Driverless.
Audio 6.2. 1,
Why don't you wear that green necklace anymore?
Unfortunately, I've lost it.
2,
Where's Joe?
Outside. She's been working in the garden all day, and she's still out there now.
3.
Are you and Louise friends?
Yes, we've known each other for ages.
4.
Sarah seems happier these days. Why's that?
Well, she's been doing better at school recently. I hope it continues.
5.
Do you know Carl well?
Not really. I've only met him twice.
6.
I haven't seen Anna at the sports centre for ages. What has she been doing?
Actually, she's broken her arm.
Audio 6.3. 1.
Stressful, cheerful, social, careless, lucky.
2.
Reliable. Traditional. Acceptable. Enjoyable.
3.
Personal, comfortable, typical, practical, sociable.
Audio 6.4. 1.
I prefer furniture that is traditional and comfortable.
2.
I feel nervous in stressful situations.
3.
It was a reliable and successful company.
4.
Don't ask personal questions in social situations.
Audio 6.5.
Hello?
Hi, Tom. It's Carrie. How are you?
I'm fine. I hope you're still on for Saturday.
Well, that's why I was ringing. I'm afraid there's been a change of plan. My parents are coming over on Saturday for dinner. We made the arrangement ages ago, but I forgot. I'm really sorry. We'll have to eat out another night.
Oh, OK. That's a shame. I'd booked a table at Mario's. I was really looking forward to it.
I'm sorry. How about going another night? Friday?
Friday? Let me see. No, I can't make it then.
Oh, OK.
Yeah, I've got something else on. Football practice. How about a week on Saturday? Not this Saturday, but the following Saturday.
Hang on a second. Yeah, that's fine with me.
Great. Well, enjoy dinner with your parents. I'll get back to you later in the week and we'll decide where to meet, OK?
Yeah, great. See you soon. Bye, Tom.
Bye.
Audio 7.1.
Used to. I used to go to work by bus.
They'd. They'd go to work by bus.
Audio 7.2. 1.
I used to work at home.
2.
I'd go by car every day. I never walked.
3.
I used a copy from the web.
4.
I'd travel abroad a lot.
Audio 7.3. 1.
I used to work at home. I use it to work at home.
2.
I'd go by car every day. I never walked. I go by car every day. I never walk.
3.
I used a copy from the web. I used to copy from the web.
4.
I'll travel abroad a lot. I'd travel abroad a lot.
Audio 7.4.
Today's call-in is about the book The Art of Doing, and our first caller, Matt, is on the line. Matt, how many self-help books have you read?
Not many, but I've read a lot of biographies of well-known politicians.
Who told you about The Art of Doing?
My boss mentioned it in a training session on career achievements.
Do you remember where you bought it?
Yes, I usually buy books at a store in the city centre, but I got this one online.
And can I ask which your favourite chapter was?
My mother's Brazilian, so it was the chapter on how Helio Castroneves became a racing champion.
What changed in your life after reading this book?
Well, not much so far, but I definitely feel more determined.
Who would you recommend this book to?
To anybody who wants to achieve more in life, I guess.
Audio 7.5.
Good morning, and thanks for coming again.
Good morning.
So, when you came in to see us a couple of weeks ago, you'd applied for the position of Assistant Marketing Manager.
Yes, that's right.
OK. Right. Well, due to some unexpected events, we have another possibility we'd like to discuss with you.
I'm not sure I understand. Do you mean you're offering me another job?
Well, yes. Yes, that's right. You see, our public relations manager has had to leave us quite suddenly, and your CV fits the job description perfectly. So, the job's yours, if you're interested, of course.
Initially, very interested indeed. But could you tell me more about the job? Is there a job description I could look at?
Yes, of course. Your responsibilities would include dealing with journalists and managing our pages on social networks. It is a position that requires a certain amount of quick thinking.
I see. Could you give me some examples of that?
Well, for instance, press conferences. I'm sure you've read all the bad news about us recently. There have been a lot of difficult questions. So, what do you think?
Let me think. Well, I really like public relations, and it is for a managerial position. So, yes, I'm more than happy to take it.
Excellent. I hope you're available to start immediately. There are some pressing...
Audio 7.6. Conversation 1.
I'm afraid Mr. Clarkson is not available anymore, but I'm in charge of PR now, and I'm happy to answer your questions.
Not available? Could you explain what you mean? Is this related to the recent scandal?
No, it isn't. He doesn't work here any longer, but I'm afraid I can't comment on the reasons. Next question?
Conversation 2.
OK, so now I've met all of you, I'd like to talk about our image. I think we need something new and fresh. Any suggestions?
I'm not sure I understand.
Let me give you an example. OK, let me think. Right. This logo. How long have you had this logo?
Audio 8.1. 1.
I was really pleased when my company started to offer childcare. It really changed my life because now I can spend much more time with my son.
2.
I know this sounds awful, but it was when my neighbor moved out last month. He was so noisy, and the walls are really thin.
3.
I've only been living in the capital for 3 months, and it's been really hard to get used to the pollution. My eyes really burn sometimes.
4.
I watched a documentary on global poverty last week. It really breaks your heart to see that so many have so little.
5.
Last holidays, I worked for 2 weeks as a volunteer in an old people's home. The old people were fantastic, and I learned so much from them.
Audio 8.2.
If you meditate, you'll feel happy. You'll feel happy if you meditate.
Audio 8.3.
If you want happiness for a lifetime,
You will be successful.
You'll never enjoy the sunshine.
If you can't love and respect yourself,
You are too busy.
You will never be happy.
Audio 8.4.
if you want happiness for a lifetime, help someone else.
If you love what you are doing, you will be successful.
You'll never enjoy the sunshine if you spend your whole life waiting for the storm.
if you can't love and respect yourself, no one else will be able to make that happen.
If you are too busy to laugh, you are too busy.
You will never be happy if you continue to search for what happiness consists of.
Audio 8.5.
The first one's easy. I'd definitely tell the shop assistant.
Me too. It actually happened to me once. What's next? I think I'd confess my mistake to my boss, even if I hated the guy.
I don't know. That's a hard one. But this one's not. I'd never do a parachute jump, even if they gave me £1 million.
Really? Well, I'd jump today if I had the chance. And for free.
Not for me, thanks. What about this one? About the animal? What would you do?
I have to admit, I wouldn't risk my life, unless it was my own pet.
I guess, but I think I'd try to save any animal if I didn't have to risk my own life.
Well, I suppose we haven't done too badly, have we?
Audio 8.6. A.
Hello, everyone. I'm Isabel, and I'm here to talk to you about distractions. I'm going to tell you about the main distractions. No, first I'm going to explain what distractions.
B.
So we've looked at the main distractions around us, which were alerts on your mobile, colleagues and outside noises, and then we're going to look at...
C.
Good morning. My name's Rashid and I'm going to talk about choices. Have you noticed how many choices we have around us? Is that good or bad? How can we deal better with so many choices?
D.
Let's move on now to look at the third and last thing you can do to deal with choices. It's actually about what to do after you've made one. Once you've made up your mind, you can then realize...
Audio 8.7. A.
Hello, everyone. I'm Isabel, and I'm here to talk to you about distractions. Firstly, I'm going to explain why there are so many distractions around us. Then I'm going to tell you about the 3 main distractions we have to deal with. And finally, I'm also going to suggest ways of staying focused. OK?
B.
So, we've looked at the main distractions around us, which were colleagues, outside noises, and alerts on your mobile. And then we saw strategies to stay focused. Now I'd like to finish with a phrase from that...
C.
Good morning. My name's Rashid, and I'm going to talk about choices. Have you noticed how many choices we have around us? Is that good or bad? How can we deal better with so many choices?
D.
Let's move on now to look at the third and last thing you can do to deal with choices. It's actually about what to do after you've made one. Once you've made up your mind, stop thinking about the other options immediately and be happy with what you chose.
Audio 8.8.
Hello everyone, I'm Isabel and I'm here to talk to you about distractions. Firstly, I'm going to explain why there are so many distractions around us. Then I'm going to tell you about the 3 main distractions we have to deal with. And finally, I'm also going to suggest ways of staying focused. Okay? We live in a world which is going faster day by day. Everything is urgent, and because we are connected 24 hours a day, we feel the need to answer everybody and everything immediately. However, this can be a disaster for your work or studies. Firstly, if people around you often distract you, tell them politely that you are a bit busy now and suggest discussing it over coffee or lunch later. I'm sure they'll understand. Secondly, external noises. These are more difficult to deal with because you just can't ask them to stop. You will find, though, that if you put up curtains, you won't be looking outside, so the noise won't be such a problem. And finally, those constant alerts on your mobile. But this is the easiest to solve. Just turn off the sound. Then you can get on with... Now, I'd like to finish with a phrase from Tom Kite, an American professional golfer. You'll always find a distraction if you're looking for one. Are there any questions?
Audio 8.9.
Most of us accept that we live in a modern consumer society and that if we want to eat, we have to pay for our food. But have you ever considered whether it would be possible to survive in an urban environment if you didn't want to spend any money? If you wanted to eat for free? Well, this week I met up with Danny Clark, a man who belongs to a community who believe that we shouldn't have to pay for food. I began by asking Danny when he started living without money.
I joined the community about 18 months ago, and I haven't spent a penny since. People probably think we're starving, or living on handouts, or begging in the streets. But it couldn't be further from the truth. There is plenty of food out there if you know where to look.
Really? I wouldn't know where to find food if I couldn't go down to my local supermarket or corner shop.
Well, if you live in the middle of a town, your local shop is probably a good place to start. Shops are constantly throwing away perfectly good food because their food always has to be of a very high quality. It has to look good too. If you told them that you'd be happy to take away any of their food that they couldn't sell because it didn't look perfect, they'd probably say yes.
Or they might tell you to go away?
Well, yes, that's possible. But actually, most shopkeepers feel guilty about throwing away food. Usually, they'll let you have it. We're eating food that would otherwise be wasted.
OK, I see. That's a good point. How else do you get food?
Well, I get most of my food from foraging. That means finding food that is growing in the wild. Berries and mushrooms, for example. And if you live near the coast, seaweed is a fantastic food. Sadly, I'm too far from the sea to be able to eat that, but there are loads of different herbs and leaves out there too. Being vegetarian, I can find most of the food I need in woods.
But you can't just live on mushrooms and berries.
Well, some of my friends grow their own food in their gardens, or even in window boxes if they have flats. I have no idea why more people don't grow their own. And I barter for food with friends. I'll swap food that I found for food that they've grown.
OK, but why do you do this? Why would you choose this lifestyle?
Well, firstly, I think we waste too much food. It is terrible that we fill up our bins with food that we could have eaten, and terrible that supermarkets throw food away. By choosing to live without paying for food, I am showing people how much wasted food there is out there, and encouraging people not to waste food themselves.
And secondly?
Well, Secondly, I really enjoy my lifestyle. I've built up good relationships with people I barter with for food. I love finding food in the countryside, and, of course, I live much more cheaply than most people. Eating for free is fun. You should try it.
Audio 9.1. 1,
Historical.
2,
Colourful.
3,
Detailed.
4,
Mysterious.
5,
Modern.
6,
Traditional.
7.
Old-fashioned.
Audio 9.2. 1,
She must be a secret millionaire.
2,
It can't be real.
3,
What reason could she have?
4,
The painting could have a special significance.
5,
Turner might be her great-grandfather.
6,
It can't be there by accident.
7,
You must be really bored.
8.
There must be a really big hole in the wall.
Audio 9.3.
Oh, hi, Greg. You look upset. Are you okay?
Well, yes. Look, sorry to bother you, but there's something I'm not happy about.
Oh, really? I'm sorry about that. What's the problem?
Well, I'm waking up in the middle of the night, every night, night after night. I know that it sounds mean to ask you to keep Jenny quiet, but it can't go on like this. The problem's been going on for weeks.
Okay, but what are we supposed to do about it? I mean, she's only 2 months old, you know. It's what children of that age do, isn't it? They keep waking up and crying in the middle of the night. Do you want us to send her away or put her in a box? She isn't a dog, you know. We can't put her at the far end of the garden or anything.
Well, yes, but maybe you could move her to another room, you know, further away from my bedroom wall.
What? Into the living room? Or the kitchen? Look, Greg, there really isn't another room we can move her into. And anyway, you aren't exactly the quietest of neighbours. You know we hear your music late at night quite often, and we never complain.
Oh, OK, well, I didn't know that. I'll make sure I turn the volume down. But do you think you could do something about the noise? I'm not getting much sleep.
Well, I hear you, Greg, but there's nothing we can do about it, is there? She'll grow out of it, you know. Until then, wear earplugs. Goodbye, Greg.
Goodbye. Some people are so selfish.
Audio 9.4. 1,
Do you think you could turn your music down?
2,
Your dog's barking keeps waking me up.
3,
Sorry to bother you, but your rubbish bin is in front of our house.
4,
The problem's been going on for months.
5,
I'm sorry about that. I'll make sure it's quiet tomorrow.
Audio 10.1. 1,
Set up a business.
2,
Give a guarantee.
3,
Raise $1 million.
4,
Meet an investor.
5.
Short of cash.
Audio 10.2. 1,
Lose a match.
2,
Win an Olympic medal.
3,
Break the record.
4,
Take part in the Olympics.
Audio 10.3.
Is this your first time at the event?
Yes, it is.
Yes, we can't wait. What would you recommend we go and see?
Well, I definitely recommend watching the March of Nations. That starts in half an hour in the main stadium here. And then the American football tournament starts.
That sounds great. We really want to see that.
Yeah.
After that, it depends on which sports you enjoy. I suggest that you look at the timetable, choose your favourite sports and go from there.
Okay, thank you. That's a great suggestion.
Yes, thanks.
Oh, and don't forget, this afternoon, many of the indoor events start. There's taekwondo and table tennis. And don't miss the basketball tournament.
Okay. Taekwondo? What do you think, Omar?
Well, we could watch that, but I'm a basketball fan, and we can't watch everything.
Oh, okay. Basketball it is then.
It's very popular. It might be a good idea to buy a ticket in advance for that. The wrestling is really popular too, and the finals are the day after tomorrow. Have you thought of going to the wrestling tournament?
Well, that's a good idea, but we have to leave then, I'm afraid.
Yeah, that's a real shame. Oh well, another time maybe. Right, let's find our seats for the March of Nations.
Audio 10.4. 1.
I definitely recommend watching the March of Nations.
2.
Don't miss the basketball tournament.
3.
It might be a good idea to buy a ticket in advance for that.
4.
Thank you. That's a great suggestion.
5.
That sounds great.
6.
That's a good idea, but we have to leave then.
Audio 11.1. 1.
They were sentenced at 3 p.m. today.
2.
She was robbed.
3.
He was suspected of murder.
4.
2 prisoners escaped.
5.
I was arrested by the police.
Audio 11.2.
Probably have escaped. They'd probably have escaped. Hadn't shot anyone, they'd probably have escaped. If they hadn't shot anyone, they'd probably have escaped.
Audio 11.3. 1.
They might have lived longer if they'd stopped committing crimes.
2.
Bonnie probably wouldn't have been shot if she hadn't stayed with Clyde.
Audio 11.4. 1.
Nasty. Insult. Victim.
2.
Criticize. Passionate. Unpleasant.
3.
Regret. Bully. Careless.
4.
Blogging. Issue. Upset.
Audio 11.5. 1.
She should have spoken up.
2.
They shouldn't have criticised other celebrities.
3.
Should he have been so critical?
4,
He shouldn't have sent that nasty tweet.
5,
You should have been more careful.
6,
Shouldn't you be studying for your exams?
Audio 11.6. Conversation 1.
OK, could we move on? There is one more thing we have to discuss before the end of the break, and that's punctuality. Too many students are arriving late for lectures, especially in the mornings. I think we should do something about it.
You're right. I'm convinced that we need to be a lot stricter. It interrupts the lecture and other students are unhappy about that. Perhaps we should send latecomers home. Stop them from coming in.
OK, another option would be to fine them. You must admit that the problem would soon be solved if they had to pay €10 every time they were more than 5 minutes late.
I'm not sure we could fine them, but I do think we should have been stricter in the past, so perhaps it's about time we started doing something about it. We could ask late students to wait outside. They wouldn't be able to come into the lecture theatre until the break.
I think that's a good idea.
OK, so we've decided that we will have a strict policy of banning students from the lecture theatre until after the break if they're late.
Yes.
That's settled then. I think we should announce this as soon as we can.
Conversation 2.
Right, it's almost 2 o'clock. We're running out of time. What else are we not happy about?
The cafeteria. It isn't open before lectures start, which is really annoying.
OK, but let's leave that for now. We're here to talk about lectures, not facilities. Is there anything else we should discuss with Dr. Harris?
Well, I don't see why lectures should start so early. Lots of students don't live on campus and have to travel in. I think 9:30 or even 10 would be a better time. Don't you think that more students would come to lectures if they weren't so early?
You're right. The traffic is really busy before 9.
It would definitely be easier for everyone to come in later.
Absolutely.
OK, so what we're saying is that we want a later start?
Yep, I think so.
Are there any other suggestions?
No, that's all. Actually, I think we'd better get going. It's past 2 now.
Audio 11.7. Conversation 3.
OK, that's decided. Could we move on? The next item on the agenda is lunch times. Should they be longer?
In our opinion, they should be longer. You must admit that students work harder when they've had a good long break and plenty to eat.
I'm not so sure. A longer lunchtime means a late finish to the day, and students get tired late in the day.
OK. Well, a late finish is just one possibility. Another option would be an earlier start.
That's a good idea. An earlier start and a longer lunchtime.
I agree.
OK, that's settled then. We'll start lectures at the college 30 minutes earlier.
Audio 12.1. 1,
Billboard. Amusing. Slogan.
2,
Memorable. Advert. Persuasive.
3,
Product. Confusing. Clever.
4,
Effective. Logo. Poster.
Audio 12.2. 1,
I won them over.
2,
He got his own way.
3,
They brought us round to their way of thinking.
4.
She saw it my way.
Audio 12.3. Conversation 1.
Well, I think that women want to look stylish and professional in the office. Don't you agree?
Absolutely. That's just what I was thinking.
So that's why I thought of the slogan, Look Smart, Feel Smart, for this product. What's your view?
I couldn't agree more. The message we want to get across is that if you want to wear one of these instead of trousers, say, you'll be both fashionable and powerful. I think it's a great slogan.
Conversation 2.
There was a time when advertising luxury products like jewellery and watches was all about appealing to people's dreams of living like a movie star.
Well, yes, I suppose so.
But today, society is very different. The men who wear your products don't want to feel like stars anymore. They just want to be ordinary guys who live ordinary lives.
Well, I'm not sure about that. Our products are worn by royalty, you know, and they're beautifully manufactured with many moving parts.
Well, yes, I was just going to say that. They're outstanding products. Outstanding products for ordinary people. That's how we're going to sell them. And we've asked comedian Tommy Lloyd to be the face on the posters. Don't you think he'll appeal to your customers?
Well, no, I totally disagree. The man's a fool. It'll be a disaster.
Conversation 3.
Right, let's see what ideas you've got for Gleam. Remember, it's a new product, but the manufacturer is one of our oldest clients, so we have to get this right.
Well, we think a product like this is partly about freshness and great taste, but it's also about whether it works or not. We thought we'd try to sell it by getting a leading dentist to say how good it is.
Yes, but I can't help thinking that every brand tries to do that. That doesn't seem very original.
That's a good point. However, we've already done some research and found out that in scientific tests, Gleam is found to be more effective than any other product on the market. It has extra fluoride, you see.
I was just going to say that. Scientifically, it's the best. Wouldn't you say that we should use that evidence in our campaign?
You might be right. OK, let's use that idea. Go and call this dentist and start thinking of ideas for the poster campaign.
Audio 12.4.
OK, listen up, everybody. As you know, we're looking for new ways to advertise our brand. So we asked Miss Anna Denman from Scenting Inc. to come here and explain this concept, this new idea to us. Thank you for coming, Miss Denman.
Good morning, and thank you so much for having me here. Okay, you're all here?
Yes, I think so.
Great. Then I'll start. Okay, I'm going to talk about scent branding with you today. When was the last time you smelled something that brought back a pleasant memory? Maybe the perfume your mother used to wear or the cookies your grandmother used to bake. It's interesting, isn't it? As soon as that scent hits you, places, people and events come back to you. Things you probably haven't thought about for ages. That's the type of experience I'm here to talk about today. So what is scent branding and how do we use it? Scent branding is using a specific smell to make your customers remember your company. Why? Because it is proved that we remember 35% of what we smell, compared to only 5% of what we see, 2% of what we hear, and 1% of what we touch. Let me explain how it works. Once we've chosen the best scent for your company, we provide equipment that pumps it into the air in your shops. Customers will then associate that smell with your brand and will recognize it whenever they smell it again. So,
I have a question. Apart from helping our customers remember our brand, can a scent do anything else, like, say, make people spend more money?
Excellent question. Yes, there are different scents for different purposes. Shops usually want a smell that encourages customers to open their wallets and spend some money. But hotels may want a type of scent that make their guests feel at home. And banks need something that relaxes their clients while they're waiting. So, how do you choose a scent for your brand? Well, we have a database with thousands of different scents to choose from. But if you prefer something more exclusive, we can also develop a unique scent for your company. That's called a signature scent. Hugo Boss, Burger King, Thomson Hotels, Abercrombie & Fitch, the Bellagio Casino, they all have their signature scents, which they use in a variety of ways.
If I can just interrupt here.
Of course.
Don't people feel tricked when they realise that what they're smelling is an artificial fragrance designed to persuade them to spend money?
Well, that's the great thing about it. Quite often, customers aren't even aware of the smell. But even when we tell them about it, they're usually surprised and curious, never annoyed.
Going back to what you were saying, how exactly could a company use their scent for marketing?
Well, there are a number of products you can sell or give to your customers with your signature scent. Candles, diffusers, you know those little bottles with sticks in them that you put around your house?
Yeah, I know, yes.
Beauty products. You can also send cards by mail with your signature scent. You can publish perfumed ads in magazines. There are many possibilities. Does anybody else have a question? Well, let's move on to our packages, shall we?